Welcome to our tutorial on evacuation slides in the ARFF Interactive Board. In this tutorial, we'll learn how to find the slides in the software and how to add them to your emergency scenario. We'll then look at the emergency slide toolbar in which you can set its properties. And after that, we'll talk about the evacuees and their toolbar settings. So let's go ahead and get started. Now to begin with, we're going to be operating in the pause edit mode here. And we've already got an aircraft out here on the screen, so let's bring it into focus and zoom in on it. Next, we're going to need to find the slides in the software, and those are going to be down here in the ARFF Assets panel underneath Other. So let's click on that, and here they are right here. We have an evacuation slide and we have some evacuees. Now these are two separate ads, but make a note of this. The evacuation slide comes with evacuees, but if you choose the evacuees, they do not necessarily come with the slide. So because they're two separate ads here. So let's go ahead and add an evacuation slide. Okay, as we bring it out, it's going to have a toolbar associated with it here. And let's go ahead and talk about the toolbar here. So at the top we've got a rotation tool. And straight down at the bottom we have the move tool. So we can line it up. So let's set it up here next to this aircraft. Alright, let's talk about the other tools on this toolbar here. We also have a delete function right here, and over here that's only because we're in the pause edit mode. If we're in the play mode and we look at the toolbar, that's not going to be there, and that's because we don't want your audience accidentally deleting it, or you'll notice the move tool is missing as well right here, so we don't want them moving the slide as well. So let's go back to the pause edit mode here. Now, down below that, we have the count, and it defaults to 50 people. And when we're in the play present mode, you'll notice it starts counting down. There we go, 40, 39, 38. And when it gets to 0, it will stop. Now, if I want to change that default there, all you have to do is click on it with the mouse, slide it left, and you can set it for less people. If you slide it to the right, you can bring up the count of how many people are going to come out of that aircraft there to some crazy number, super high. Now, if you're going to be long-winded in the classroom and you're going to be discussing a lot of different factors and things about what's going on out here, maybe you just want to put it on unlimited. So all you have to do is click on it once and you get the unlimited symbol here, and they will never end. They'll just always come out like that. Okay, now let's go ahead and talk about the dispersion right here. If you click on that and you slide it to the left, you notice they're going to be coming out in a straight line. If you slide it to the right, it widens up and they pretty much kind of go everywhere out here. You'll see them start to coming over here. There we go. Alright, so that's the function of that. Let's go ahead and put it straight. And now this right here is where if they turn left or right when they come out. And it's their left or right is what we're talking about. So if I want them to go to their right, I'm going to slide it this way. If I want them to go to their left, I'm going to have them go this way. Now this next button up here, this is the off and on button for the slide here. So if I want to turn them off, I can just click on it and they're going to quit coming out. Now this toolbar will function inside the play present mode here. So let's look at it. Here we go. Now we're missing the move tool and we're missing the delete function here. So that's what we have the difference here. We can adjust the count right here. Click on it. slide it left or right, or just set it to unlimited there. I can turn it on right here, and I can have them go left or right using that tool, and change their dispersion using this tool right here. So that's meant so that you can actually change it on the fly in your presentation. You can shut it off at a certain point when you think you want to move on with your presentation and have them stop coming out of the slide here. So that's pretty much the slide that we have here. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the evacuees. Let's add them. I'm going to go back to the construction mode here. And let's take a look at that. So when we're in the pause edit mode, you'll notice you can see an arrow and them starting at the top here and running down and slowly dissipating as they run out here. To bring up the toolbar, you just click on it with the mouse, and it is the same identical toolbar as the slide here. So same functions. So what this is meant to do is this is meant to simulate people. If you had a broken fuselage, they could be running out of the fuselage. If you had an overwing, you can have them coming out of the overwing. So let's set it up so they're coming out of the overwing here. So usually they're going to come out and go down the trailing edge of the wing. Now notice that they're underneath the aircraft currently. And that's because our layer is below the layer of this aircraft right here. So let's bring that up and let's set it on top of the wing. So I'm going to lay it down underneath it, and you need to make sure it's still selected. And then we're going to come over here to the wind, direction, and speed panel, and under layers I can raise them above the wing here. So let's hit the up button, and now we see it above that. In some cases you might have to tap it 2 or 3 times just to bring it up through layers. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's set it up so that they're coming out of that door, but we need them to be coming off the trailing edge. So let's rotate this just like that. And we need them to run off this direction, not over the top of the aircraft. So let's have them go left. And that's how you do that. And as soon as we go to the play present mode, the arrow will disappear. Now during your scenario, if you want to adjust the parameters to this and have them stop coming out, you're going to bring your mouse or your finger if you have a touch screen, and you're going to touch just in front of where they appear, about right there. Just tap on it. And that will bring up the toolbar here, and you can shut it off that point or change the count here to unlimited, whatever you want to do, or readjust where they're running to. So that in a nutshell is the evacuation slides and the evacuees here. So let's really quickly add another slide here. Let's move them a little bit more this way. Let's go to the pause edit mode to do this though. We can set that to unlimited. Go back to play present, and here we have an evacuation happening. We can add some more to this. Actually, we probably have it turned off, so let's turn it back on. And now they're running out right there. Now we are missing is a little bit of fire and some fire trucks and ARFF trucks, and we're going to be going here. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you can use some of this in some of your tabletops that you're going to create with the software. And I hope you tune in to some of our next tutorials. So we want you to have a nice day, and we'll see you on the next tutorial.